The wireless service providers continually praise themselves as being good corporate citizens. Their websites mention, "We create a safe and secure place to work. We are committed to do the right thing, and we promote safety to protect our workforce." Unfortunately for innocent third-party tradespeople, as well as wireless industry workers, these statements ring hollow regarding RF radiation safety. Wireless service providers, as a rule, subcontract the installation and maintenance of their wireless sites to many different entities. The following interview is from an actual antenna installer with 15 years of wireless industry experience as an employee and as a supervisor. He's been involved in the development of hundreds of sites for Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile while being employed directly and indirectly by Bechtel, Ericsson, and Alcatel-Lucent.
What compelled you to be interviewed here today?
I'm an industry worker. I work with wireless antennas that produces RF radiation that is hazardous. If you knew your brother, your sister, your father, a loved one that could potentially get injured, you feel compelled to talk about it.
Do you think this is an industry-wide problem?
Yes, I do. I'm an industry worker, and I know of RF and the exposures, but what about the other workers, the painters, electricians, roofers? They have no clue of what is on site, what's around, what's near, and what is a hazard.
Have you ever been trained on RF safety?
While working with RF, we've been aware of RF, but no official training. They don't tell us how far to be away from the antenna. We gotta stay away from the front of the antenna, just about it. But other than that, they haven't really had any procedures of working with the RF.
Do the building owners ever tell you to stay away from the antennas?
No, they do not. As far as I know, they don't even know what's going on. They don't know we're even on site at a lot of the times.
During your career, how many times would you estimate that you were actually provided site-specific RF safety information?
Never. They don't really tell us the footprint or where to go and where to be on a cell site.
How did you know or find out that RF can cause both physical and mental injuries?
A few weeks ago, we were actually working on a site, doing some upgrades, some mods, and I was in front of the antenna for several minutes, and we were told the site was off, it was turned down, and when I opened up the connectors, the connection points to the equipment, I got arc burns on both of my hands, two separate sectors.
Do you think the wireless industry truly cares about your health and other industries' workers?
No, I don't think so. It's get it done. I was working at a site and it wasn't turned down, and there was no concerns there. So, what do you think?
Do you think you could be fired for insisting on being provided proper RF safety?
Yes, I do. We're usually told get it done, or they're gonna find someone else to do it. So we try not to make any waves concerning that, because we will potentially lose our job.
So what do you know about antenna power downs?
I know that we're supposed to be power down when we're doing upgrades and service affecting work, and I know their cell technicians, they power them down when they're in front of the antennas also. But as far as anyone else, such as painters, electricians, maintenance workers, they don't want to bother with shutting it down, because it's going to be costing them money.
Why don't the contractors that you get the work from insist that the antennas are turned off?
Usually it's due to the timing. They really want it done now, yesterday, as a matter of fact, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done.
What type of communications have you had with wireless companies when the antennas were supposed to be powered off but they weren't?
None. We when we find out that they're not powered down and we do get injured, arc burn or whatnot, we just immediately continue working. But I didn't know how dangerous this stuff is, how harmful it could be to us.
So do you think it's fair for you to go to work and be exposed to an invisible hazard without being protected from it?
No, I go to work to do my job, to feed my family, not to get injured.
So are you concerned about your well-being becoming worse over the years because of the exposure from RF radiation at wireless sites?
Yeah, I'm in my 30s. I don't know in the years to come on what it can potentially do to myself, mentally, internally. I'm very, very concerned.
Has anyone offered you any compensation to be interviewed for this video?
No, I'm doing this to help my fellow workers in the trade and everyone else that is exposed to these hazards.
The video you just viewed is not an isolated example, but an everyday occurrence of how the very powerful and lucrative wireless industry treats their workers. Unfortunately, there is another class of workers, innocent tradespeople, who are continuously exposed to RF radiation without their knowledge. Electricians, painters, roofers, and other workers routinely perform their task in front of wireless antennas that can cause them physical and mental injuries. This injustice will continue to occur until the wireless industry is forced to obey the laws. It is in your power to protect all workers from being injured by this $200 billion industry. Please share this video with friends, relatives, neighbors, elected officials, and the news media. Help bring an end to workers needlessly being injured by RF radiation at cellular antenna sites.